Alright, thank you very much for watching. Welcome back. So in this case we have an iPad Air, iPad 2 with a broken glass, as you can see right here. So we're gonna have to remove this glass and then put a different one. It's not gonna be a brand new one. So we have this other one here. It's an iPad, and we want to have to use this screen to put it back in this one. So in order for us to do that, we are going to need some rubbing alcohol, a little screwdriver, maybe a smaller one, and a suction cup. This one will help us out with the removal. Let's start with this. To start with, we're gonna drop a little bit of ISO right there, just going around. There. Just like that. Okay. We'll just go in one corner. I think we're going to use the little blade so we can give access to the isopropyl of the rubbing alcohol. So we're just gonna go like this a couple of times from side to side, maybe lifting a little bit. Alright, now we go over this side, insert our blade. We can use a little bit of isopropyl to help out. Right now this one is the broken one, so we don't have to be super careful with the glass if it breaks. But with the other one we're gonna have to so we just go around and being careful about it. So a little bit more rubbing alcohol. You can see we have a bigger gap now. There we go. So I'm gonna keep that one in there and just going around. Lifting little by little. Let's see if this little opening tool helps. All right, so it's not giving up. I'm just gonna use a little opening tool. And start like going in like this. Alright, what I'm gonna do is just put this one in for a little bit and then flip around so the screen gets a little hot. And then now since that one is in, I can probably lift. Lift the screen. Or the glass from there. Let it sit for a little more so it's nice and warm. Turn around. And now we continue. Since we have a space to work with now, we just go around. A little bit of help with the isopropyl or the rubbing alcohol. We got a double-sided tape. We're just gonna go around and get it out. Now keep around. And keep going slowly. Checking everything. You can see the isopropyl alcohol helps. be careful not to touch the screen. There we go. Alright, so right now we need to be careful with the glass. Alright, and we are going to use this to keep the screen from falling. Now we have to remove 4 screws. We're gonna get rid of our heat. As always, keep track of your screws. And we are going to lift, being careful about it. We're going to have to remove this glass first because it's on the way. And this connector right here needs to be from there and pull back. Just like that. We have the LCD out. Alright. We need to disconnect this. I'm going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. To disconnect the screen. Okay. There's like a little 2 latches in here. I might have to remove this one right here. A couple of screws. Keep track of your screws as always. Right there. This little latch, and remove the touch digitizer. Okay, let's remove this one. Let's remove the rest of the glass. Being very careful about it because that gets really sharp. I'm gonna add a little bit of ISO here. Bring little piece by piece. I'm going to remove all this. We're almost there. Be patient and be careful. All right, so we have this one out. And this is how it looks. We're gonna start working on it. Now we are going to start taking the other one, or I have to fix this corner right here because this is one, and if I try to force the other one to get in, it's gonna damage. So I'm gonna work on that. Alright, and the way I normally fix this one, so I get a little flat head screwdriver, and since you can tell it was super bent in there, so what I normally do is just like grab just like this and kind of wiggle it around to push the bent aluminum out. Just like so. Being careful about it, otherwise you might damage it more. There we go. So now it looks like the new screen will fit in there. make sure it's nice and white. So there we go. It looks nice now. It looks good. It's not all pushed in. And then we want to put the new glass in, or the glass from the other iPad, and see how it turns out. Alright, so we are going to start with the iPad number 2. This is the one, this is the donator for this one. So we want to have to be very careful with this one. Because we need to remove the screen or the glass, just the touch screen. For that we're going to use our blade, a little bit of ISO in there, just to start with the gap and just go around the screen like this. Just around the frame. Now since we are going to use this screen, we got to be very careful not to break it. There we go. Now we're going to the upper side. We put some rubbing alcohol around it. Just to help. You go to the top. Just like this, making sure that is not gonna break. Just give your time. Alright, we're gonna adjust the suction. We have a little bit of a gap in there. Now use the plastic opening tool. It's a little dirt in there. And we can just go around the screen. As you can see, it's working a little bit better now. Trying not to put a lot of stress in it. You don't want to break it. So we have a bigger gap now. Can go up here. Help. Alright, we gotta be careful in there. And then we're just gonna use my opening tool to keep it here. Just to keep a little bit of pressure in there. And then keep lifting with a little bit of help of the isopropyl. That's okay, we used more than what we need, a little bit more than normal, because we need to make sure that the screen is going to be in good shape when we remove it. So, just like that, be patient. Okay, I'm going to use my other opening tool. Insert there. And just keep working around. Our goal is to get it out without breaking it. Start opening it little by little. The heat and the rubbing alcohol will do the job almost by itself, by themselves. Alright, we can help a little bit over here. You can see a little bit of let's check what's in there. I think we just Alright, so we're gonna lift this one up. Just like that. And then we're gonna move over here. To help. I'm gonna put a little more. Isopropyl in here, and then start from here. And here we gotta be careful because there are some connectors in here for, I think it's the Wi-Fi antennas. I mean, we don't have. We're not gonna keep this device. But it's better if we keep it in one place, in one piece, I mean. Alright, it's looking a little bit better over here. That's gonna be in there. There. Now we're gonna do it this side. We gotta be careful, we don't wanna break it. Alright, something is holding it from here. We can use a little bit more isopropyl solution. I'm not sure what is holding it. Whoa. All right. Okay, we have this one over here, and we are almost there. Boom. Here we go. All right. Then I'm gonna use my little stand with the lucky stones. There we go. And then we're gonna remove the screws. There's another one over here. Lift the screen. Exact same process. You lift the little latch. Pull the screen or the connector backwards, and we have the screen out. Alright, now we're going to remove the two screws. We'll remove the little connector with the little bracket. Lift the little latch. We used a little bit of isopropyl or rubbing alcohol. And just wait for the magic to happen. Put a little more. Lift it a little more like this. Use your just like that. And then now make sure this one is disconnected. Let's use a little bit of our solution. And then pull backwards and we have the glass out. Alright, so since we have the glass out, we're gonna clean it. We need to remove all the sticky stuff. So I'm gonna use the this one should come off. Like this. We're going to clean the whole area. Be careful about it. We don't want to break it. Now that we have everything out, we can put a little bit of there we go. That one's out. We're going to use the little blade right there just to lift it. Now we're going to clean everything nicely. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but it'll help. That one we bring it over here. We don't want to get this part dirty because it's for the camera. Right. I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, now that we are almost done with the cleaning, we just clean it as much as we can, so so there is no lumps. There's no chunks of old glue, because if there is, when we press or we put the other one into the new case, it's gonna break it. It might break it. Just to make sure. Okay. And this should be good. There we go. So we have this one nice and clean. Right there, and now we are going to start with the installation. For that, we're gonna blow some air, and this is the one we have. This is the broken one. So we're going to use the little alright, just to align the connectors, bring them back in place. Make sure they're aligned with the little lines in there all the way in, just like this, and then push down the latches. All right. Now we're gonna put the little bracket. There it goes. Or screwdriver. There we go. And I almost lose it, so it's gonna be here. Nice and secure. Now we are going to try the new the screen. Not new, by the way, sorry. Okay, so we just align it like this. Wrong side. Align it like this. Make sure the connector is in place. Right there. Just like this. Make sure the cable is not on the way. And LCD is in. Now before we close it, we're gonna clean it. We're gonna run some dust, some air, but we gotta make sure it's gonna fit. As you can see right here, that connector in there is not letting us do it, so I think it needs to be on there. Connector needs to be on there. Just like that. Okay. Just always careful not to touch the LCD, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time cleaning it. Pushing down, aligning the screen. So my goal right now is to make sure it's gonna fit right here without a lot of pressure, so it doesn't break when I put it in place. It feels like it's a little bit of pressure right there, and it's preventing the screen from laying flat. See, there's like a little gap right there, so I'm gonna keep working on this, trying to push that one a little up higher, because the screen needs to be lay flat. And if I don't, it doesn't lay flat, it's gonna either break or open. So I'm gonna work on this and I'll let you guys know how everything goes. Alright, so I apologize, I don't know what happened. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. Anyway, continue with the repair. Let's see right here. So I put the glue around it. Put the glue around already, and then I'm just pressing slowly, making sure everything is going to be in place. So you can see this glue gets dry very fast. Alright, we're going to put the cover. This is the T7000, good for screen repairs. Alright, so we have that. I'm going to press firmly around and then clean all the excess, just making sure there is not going to be any leftover, because we need to be clean about our job. So right here it's going to be a little messy, but this one will clean faster. What matters is just the edge, and then the important thing is going to be here where the corner was. This one I'm going to file it. I'm going to use my Dremel, make sure it's nice and sealed in there with the glue. Alright, so this is good for right now, this cleaning, because when we finish tomorrow, we want to clean it even nicer. There we go. This is the important stuff right here on the edge, because tomorrow when I clean it, I might peel it, and I don't want to do that, so that's why I'm cleaning it, but should be good. Now let's secure it with some rubber bands. Alright, we want to start with this corner. This is how I normally do. So this one is going to pull the screen down. I go over here, all the way over here, and then just like this. Okay, now I'm going to start from here. Same process from here. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Right here, one right here, and then right here. Have that, and then we're gonna put two on this side. So we start from this one to the back, just like this, making sure it's nice and tight. There. So all the pressure is gone down, and then we need one more. I don't think, oh yeah, I do have one. I thought I was out. We start from this end again. There. There we go. So we have this one nice and secured. Tomorrow we'll clean the excess. We need to let it cure. Make sure it's nice and flat, especially in the corner where it was damaged. This one is I'm gonna use my Dremel and file it down At least we know it's nice and fit. Let me see if I can. Yep, it is a little sharp, so I'm gonna file it. So get rid of it. Now we have nice flat area. Then since I have my iron here, my tablet repair, I'm gonna leave it like this, so that thing is gonna push up. And then I normally used a couple of big hard drives that we have. These are from old computers. Right here, boom. So the weight is even. That's enough to keep it in place for the next 12 hours. It should be like, since you know, like you see, this glue gets really very hard really fast, so it'll take probably like 6 hours, but I'm gonna leave it here, and tomorrow we'll be back to finish the job. So what I did so far, I removed this broken screen from this one. See, it was all cracked from a drop. I removed this one from this one. This is the original one, and I don't know where the other one went, but I removed it from the other one, from a good one. So I removed the screen from a good one, and then I put it into this one. So this is an old iPad. It's a 20. It's an iPad 2. It's very old, but the lady, my customer, wanted to be fixed because her grandkids use them for games. That's pretty much. So anyway, we'll be back.